Matt Fife. I'm the founder and the CEO of Supplier Community, and you are here today for Fast Pitch with RJW. They're going to be talking about retail consolidation. Fast Pitch is an idea that we've been working on for some time. The idea is that supplier teams have got unique needs with respect to services and solutions, but they don't have time to sit through presentation after presentation as they meet companies that want to come in and pitch, and that's becoming especially challenging in this COVID era. And by the same token, there's companies out there like RJW and others that are providing really unique services, and they need an opportunity to present those capabilities and present their solutions to a large audience. So that's what we've done with Fast Pitch. The idea is that they would come before a live audience and talk about their capabilities in 30 minutes or less. We would love to, and I know they would love to take questions. And what we've decided to do is just hold all the questions to the end. However, if you do have questions, I would encourage you to go ahead and use the Q&A tab that's built into Zoom and submit those questions as we go. We're going to give them 30 minutes uninterrupted to present, and then we'll take questions at the end. So we are recording this. If you have to miss any part of it, no worries. We'll have it recorded on the website for you to watch later and on our YouTube channel. And with that, I will turn it over to Adam, Kevin, and Lee from RJW.
Thank you, Matt. And thank you for having us, and thank you for organizing this event. We're excited for the opportunity. I'd also like to call out Lee Baker, RJW's marketing director, for all of her hard work and preparation to get us here today. Hi, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about RJW and our retail consolidation programs. The message that we hope to deliver today is that we are experts when it comes to retail consolidation, or what we like to call the middle mile. RJW started in 1981 as a family-run trucking, warehouse, and logistics company. But today's narrative begins when we entered the retail consolidation space in 2012 with one focused goal: to disrupt the consolidation industry through the introduction of a truly asset-based retail consolidation model. I'd like to begin with a snapshot perspective to the overall health and the position of the company. 2020 was a rough year for many, but RJW continued to perform at a high level throughout the pandemic. The reason for this, our asset-based model. Having the ability to react to 2 and 3x replenishment demand seemingly overnight doesn't happen if you don't control every piece of your business model. We added warehouse labor, we added hours and shifts to the warehouse functions, and we flexed and stretched our fleets to support the demand. The results? Performance. So what is an asset-based model? Well, our warehouses, our processes, our people, our technology, and our culture, supported largely by our fleet of trucks. All of that intertwined with an intelligent and passionate team focused to make it happen day in and day out. When we started our programs in 2012, we entered the space as an authorized Walmart consolidator. And for the first 3 years, all we did was service Walmart. It was during this time that we really defined and refined our processes to get us to a high level of service, and most importantly, maintain it. We opened our doors to consolidation with a single warehouse at 75,000 square feet of space and 0 retail customers. Fast forward to today, and we're now operating out of nearly 3 million square feet of space with a large and growing customer base. As we grew and continued to evolve, we began to introduce additional consolidations. So as it stands today, we now have 7 consolidated truck programs.
Hey, Adam, I think you're missing your PowerPoint up there.
Oh.
So.
Got that?
Yep, all good.
We'll start over. No, I'm just kidding. So as we grew and continued to evolve, we began to introduce additional consolidations. And as it stands today, we now have 7 consolidated truck programs and a number of additional hybrid programs that offer process, automation, and continued hands-offness that allow suppliers to maintain focus on their innovation, sales, and marketing, while we focus on taking the heavy lifting of the supply chain off of your shoulders. Beyond consolidation, we can service any retailer or distributor location in the country via traditional means of LTL, volume LTL, and truckload. Reminder that we had 30 years of trucking and logistics experience prior to the consolidations. We can do it all. And beyond warehousing and transportation services, we get you retail ready for any environment via our value-added services division that has teams on site in all of our buildings, doing everything from case repacks to displays to kitting and variety packs. Very efficient. So some of you are asking, how does consolidation work? Well, our process begins when you have finished goods ready to ship from your manufacturing point. RJW can manage the inbound truckload movements into our facilities where we verify and check your product into inventory. We then align your supplier number into our pool, and the next day we'll begin receiving your POs along with all of the other suppliers in our consolidation directly from Walmart with our trucks built and cubed for both weight and space. Our systems verify your inventory, and we're off to the floor that same day for picking, staging, and shipping. We then follow our lead times and ship the consolidated trucks to all 42 RDCs throughout the country. And this methodology of consolidation not only saves you time and money, but it drives your sales and profits through scorecard performance and consistency. As I mentioned earlier, we do much more than just Walmart. We offer a one-stop shop solution to suppliers, and we do that through additional consolidation programs to a number of additional retailers, including Sam's, H-E-B, Publix, Meijer, and Kroger. They operate in a similar manner as our Walmart consolidation with an alignment of multiple suppliers' POs to ride on shared trucks to the retailer DCs. We also offer hybrid programs that support retailers such as Amazon, where you help automate your processes and maintain compliance through proprietary technology. And beyond consolidation, we can service any retailer or distributor location in the country via traditional methods such as parcel, LTL, and truckload service. Touching back to our value-added services division, this operation launched about 5 years ago when many suppliers found themselves needing to convert 12 packs down to 6 packs to support initiatives from Walmart to reduce inventory hold at the store level. We brought in contract labor to perform these repacks, and we were off and running. This quickly evolved into a robust secondary co-pack operation that assists our customers with everything from retail label and case compliance to display builds to kitting or variety packs for Amazon and e-com. Once again, very efficient. One question that many of you have or will face is, should I consider a multi-node model with multiple warehouse locations, or is a single node model going to perform at the highest level? Well, if you haven't guessed already, we believe that a single warehouse location with a single set of inventory will perform at a higher level and at a lower cost. We specifically operate on a campus model. We have six facilities and growing, all within a 5-mile radius of one another, and suppliers operate with one set of inventory in one of our buildings. The reason we do this is to defy one of the biggest challenges that any warehouse operation faces: labor. With the campus model, we hire in high volumes, and we can share our labor between facilities to support surge throughout our network. And naturally, we added a ton of additional labor to support the surge that we experienced in 2020. Beyond that, we can also flex management and leadership throughout our network to ensure that all of our facilities are supported and operating at a high level. A few other bullets to consider: less redundancy with one inventory set, faster turns, which means fresher goods on the shelf, and it's easier to allocate when demand is beyond your manufacturing capacity. As many of you know firsthand, that was a big one this past year. And let's not overlook the value of simplicity and ease of integration with a single node model. And one other key factor that's often overlooked until it bites you: warehouse accuracy. So we are very accurate, and this leans back to our asset-based model and specific processes and KPIs in our warehouse operation that maintain a live and accurate snapshot of your inventory at all times. The last topic that I'll be covering before handing off to our CEO, Kevin Williamson, is review schedules, and specifically the benefits of a multi-day review. Do you have a fast-turning product that, regardless of how well you fulfill Walmart, your in-stocks are still suffering? We have a solution for that. Or do you have a slower turning and or lower volume product and in-stocks aren't a concern and you prefer to generate POs with less frequency? We have a solution for that too. At RJW, we offer both a traditional single-day review as well as a game-changing multi-day review that will drive your in-stocks. With multi-day review, we review DCs 7 days a week, and we evenly spread the review days amongst all 42 DCs. How does it work? Well, in a single-day review, let's say you review on Wednesday. If you don't generate a replenishment, you wait until the following Wednesday for the next opportunity to generate a PO. In a multi-day review, that DC may not generate replenishment on Wednesday, but it may review again on Friday and again on Sunday and so on. The idea here isn't to split your orders. The purpose is to provide you the opportunity, based on your sales to shorten your week and generate replenishment sooner. What happens? Faster turns and fresher product gets to the shelf. You have better in stocks than your competitors. Your choice. In summary, why RJW? Well, we perform consistently at a high level. We have a simple and straightforward costing model, so you'll know exactly what it costs before we begin servicing your business, and we'll maintain consistent review of your spend and accuracy. None of this matters if you don't have a clear and accurate view of your inventory at all times, and if we're not picking and shipping the correct product and delivering to the retailer on time and in full. Thank you for considering RJW. With that, I'd like to hand off and introduce our CEO, Kevin Williamson, and he'll be diving into retailer compliance, SQEP, and technology.
I appreciate it, Adam. Thanks for going over that. And thank you for everybody that's joined today to listen to what we have to say and pitch in a fast motion. Usually I take about an hour, hour and a half to talk to people. Adam's been so gracious to leave me 19 minutes, but I want to leave open for questions at the end as well. First, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of background. When they asked me to present, Greg wasn't available, so I jumped in graciously. Greg is down in our Bentonville office and worked for Walmart for 30 years and really understands the SQEP and the OTIF requirements. And I'm going to get a little bit into that. But if you want to hit the next slide there, Adam. But the SQEP and the OTIF, I think that RJW has prepared for since 2012. Adam mentioned earlier in the slides how we wanted to come in and we wanted to disrupt the market. Part of that was looking at how consolidation has worked in the past and what it was missing. And what it was missing was just that layer of automation between systems and then ability to bring in other information, dissect that information, and move forward fast. So I believe it was back in 2015 they announced the OTIF requirements where they're going to a 4-day window, and ultimately they were going to require 90% OTIF. At that time, we were excited about it because we knew that with our background of owning our assets, operating our own buildings, that was a tiny fleet for us to hit. We could hit that very easily. Fast forward to today, where they announced in September, not only that OTIF was going to go up to 98%, but also they're going to be introducing SQEP. We were just as excited because we introduced our value-added services within our buildings to be able to understand our customers, their products, what they were missing, and really being able to understand what does this supplier do that's fantastic that this supplier isn't doing, and then opening up the dialogue with all of our suppliers to say, let's have a dialogue to be the best of the best and give you an advantage within your category, because you're competing against other suppliers within that category. And if you're prepared for OTIF and you're prepared for SQEP, then you're going to shine within that category. And then when you come up for category review, the chances of you adding on items and growing are higher. And what does that mean for us? Selfishly, what it means is you're going to get more business, and so are we, because we're going to put this through our building a lot faster. And with SQEP, we take it to understand that the data that you're giving to us, we're going to make sure that that data is correct the moment that it hits our dock. We're going to make sure that the weights are correct, the labels are readable. We're going to put it on Cuba scans, dimensionalizers, and make sure that that is clear and concise. SQEP is Supplier Quality Excellence Program. So the first wave was about ASNs. And right when we saw that in September, we took our dev team, we've got 45 people on our dev team, and we tasked them to work with Walmart to build that data highway, to get them the information that they need in order to process cases through their DCs seamlessly. All of you probably know that there are short pay issues within Walmart. When you look at short pay issues within Walmart, a lot of that has to do with the packaging. A lot of it has to do with the data. Is your G10 numbers correct? Are the weights right? Are the UPCs right? All of this information is critical for that process to flow those goods through those DCs to ensure that your cases don't end up in a problem area at the DC for Walmart to manually go through. In the end, OTIF and SQEP is about getting those orders when the consumer needs them, to flow them through the DC network, to get them to the shelves for the consumer to buy. And if you're good at that, and your product is good, and your marketing and sales are good, then it's going to take off. And we've seen it. We've seen it with all of our suppliers in our program. So we built a robust ASN, which is part of the SQEP. We have inspected your products for you to make sure that your information is correct, because over time, information gets skewed and you can't really look at it. So we've done all of that within our network to be able to uncover these things and love what we see with these things, because we know that our customers have an advantage in our program over anybody else's. And usually when we see a customer that comes over, they'll come over in a category, and then we'll start getting other people within that category start to build up those, those categories. So if you're in a category that's not in our program, I'd suggest getting in our program and having an advantage in that category to be able to take off. If you want to go to the next one, I really don't follow slides, but I'm going to try here. Owning our own assets, going through a pandemic really helped with us. When we saw that there was spikes and different things that were happening, we got on the phone and we engaged our suppliers. We asked them what we can do. We asked them, hey, you're going to replenish faster during a pandemic if you have that one node. So replenishing one node to be able to fulfill orders throughout all retailers, including Amazon compliance, including Myers, H-E-B, Target, Kroger, all the big box retailers, replenishing in that one inventory node really gave us an advantage for our customers to hit that on time of 98% and really help out with those in fulls. Accuracy. Our systems and our IT are second to none. Our WMS is built on Oracle. We've been able to take our program, 98% of our revenue is in retail logistics. So we have taken our programs, our TMS, our WMS, our imaging system, our OCRs, everything that has to do with it, and we've dove into how do we pick an accurate order? How do we track an accurate order? Well, you automate it, and you automate the crap out of it so that nobody's touching anything. You're holding your pickers accountable. You're paying your people well so that your turnover is low. Turnover in our warehouse is unheard of. It's 3%. Nobody in a warehouse environment can offer that 3%. Why? Because we pay well, we give people opportunities, and we're a fast growing company. 45% over the last 4 years, year over year over year. How can we scale that fast? How can we keep up with the demand? Automation, technology, scalability. My job almost full time now is finding buildings and putting them up and working with our operations people to expand and buy more forklifts, more equipment, more everything else. The automation of the ASNs I've kind of gotten into already. We've perfected that not only with Walmart, but also have built a lot of APIs going into other programs like Amazon. We're approved with APIs within Amazon. Over 50 ASNs we've got developed directly with retailers. So coming into our program, holding one inventory, sharing that inventory with all of your retailers is what we're about. We do it differently though. Our data analytics, our insights, and the way that we share that data, not only with you, but your partner broker with the retailer, is second to none. You just can't beat it. Value-added services, obviously, sometimes buyers come up with crazy things, and some of those things might be building display within 2 weeks. We'll run 24/7. We'll run on weekends. We'll do whatever it takes to get that sale, because that means more products flows through our building. We're a 24/7 operation, and we can turn on a dime. During the pandemic, I only got 10 minutes, but during the pandemic, we did an instant raise for our associates on March 3rd. We ordered before everybody else ordered the supplies. We really haven't been affected by COVID because of the actions that we took early and because of the leadership team that we have across all spectrums of RJW. The company's not made up of one person, it's made up of many, and we've got a lot of talented people, and we've been able to add to that talent year over year as we scaled and as we've gotten the trust of the suppliers that work with us. And I'm not going to get into numbers, but we've got a lot of suppliers in our program. Automated, integrated, efficient process. We're taking 940s, they're flowing through our building. I'm not going to get too much into the details. You can contact us afterwards to really get the nuts and the bolts of our program. But it is different. It is beyond just supply chain, and it's exciting. So this is all we do. We do the middle mile, and I think that we're the best of it. We're disruptors, and we're going to continue to innovate and disrupt the market. Next slide. These are just some of the things that we're doing. So, we're using Tableau, we're using Power BI, we're using Snowflake. We've got our own warehouse data information. We're doing inventory forecasting within our building, looking at the data that we have within our building, reading that data, and then giving insight back to the customers. There are people out there that can analyze the data that you have coming out of their retail links or their datas of the world. What we're more interested in is what is the data within the warehouse? What is the warehouse saying that nobody has access to that data but us? And how do we share that data in real time? How we share it is we build our own tools with our own development team to be able to give you what you need in order to be a better supplier, in order for you to flow the goods faster, more frequently, to have bigger in stocks, to drive bigger sales. And then item DNA. Not getting into it too much, but we've got different algorithms that we utilize to be able to give you insight that we think is very, very important. And I can keep on going and going and going, but I don't like to give all the sizzle away before you reach out to one of us. And you can reach us at rjwgroup.com. But we would love to hear from you. I see that we have a couple questions. One of them is, does RJW perform ASNs? And I think I beat that one to death. We do. And, we perform at a high level. So any errors we take responsibility for, but with the way that you set up code, with flags, there should be no reason for errors within EDIs or ASNs. For Amazon, is the 3P platform, does RJW become the seller? No, we don't own the goods, but we do have experts within Amazon on how we perform the Seller Central, Vendor Central, FBA, and FBM. We are compliant with ASNs going into them. We understand the needs of each individual retailer that we service, hundreds of them. That's all baked within our WMS software. So you send us a case and you tell us to send that case to Amazon, we're going to send it to Amazon with the right label, with the right information, and we can even schedule trucks with 856s or 753s and 754s. So really, our program is fully automated. What you have to do is just send us a 940 and we'll take it from there. Do we fill direct truckloads to Walmart DCs? Yes, we're doing truckloads to Walmart through Consolidation. If your question is, will we pick up a truckload direct and then send it to Walmart DCs? Yes, but our focus really is on the small supplier, the medium supplier, and even bigger suppliers that ship in half or 3/4 truckloads to Walmart. What I'd say for those bigger suppliers is, if you're not doing a multi-day review and reviewing POs more than one time a week, you're losing sales. Your in-stocks aren't as strong as they could be. And if your in-stocks aren't on the high 99 percentile, then you're losing sales, you're losing market share, especially during a pandemic. Do we have a warehouse in Texas that ships to all Walmart DCs? Arthur GV, give me a call and we can talk about that. Just reach out on the website at info@rjwgroup.com or just go to rjwgroup.com. How much storage capacity for frozen and cooler? That is the second biggest question that we get. And if we weren't growing at 45% year over year, we definitely disrupt the cooler space. And I'm not saying that the cooler space isn't something that we get into the future, but we definitely think we can take the same model that we built and place it within that. So we have played a little bit in the confectionery space, just a little, but really haven't gone beyond that, just because although our core focus is retail logistics and retail consolidation, with that growth spurt, we want to make sure that we continue to disrupt that market. Yes, .com, we do fulfill. Marketplace, we do fulfill. So with those questions, give us a call. We've got some unique programs that aren't offered in the space that we'd love to share with you. Does RJW do cross dock for your program, only designated? So we, cross dock, we think we don't do. I'm not going to beat around the bush on it. We think that there are, we used to do it, and we have seen side by side what it looks like cross dock performance and regular performance. And when you're running a program like ours that's second to none, and you're highly automated, cross dock disrupts that. I know there are people out there that love the cross dock model because they want to do it themselves. We have models that we can show you on how cross dock versus our program basically are going to cost the same money for you. And where you're not going to make it up on the savings for the storage that we require, which could be only a week storage, 2 week storage, you will make up on it for the fines, because that's something that we don't impose. We have consistently been at that 98% and above, and we do that because we operate our own warehouse and because that we run our own trucks and we control your destiny and our destiny. So equipment capacity is one of the other questions that you have. So what I'd say is we've been able to scale at that for my whole life. I took over the company in 2009. And since I took over, we took it from 20 employees to 1,200 employees on a consistent uptick like this. And part of that is the people that you know, how you operate it, how much equipment you can add, and how much capital you have to back you. We're very well funded, very strong on the P&L, and I'm not worried about capacity. We went through 2014, which was worse than what we're seeing it today, and we don't use that as an excuse. We just deliver. So capacity issues, not an issue. During the fourth quarter, we went out and leased an extra 200 trailers just to keep up with the demand that we saw. And through the pandemic, we've done the same thing. So we're going to do whatever it takes in order to succeed and really grow your brand. So I think we've got 1 minute. I don't see any other questions. I appreciate your time. Please, again, reach out to rjwgroup.com. There's a contact form there, or you can email us at ajohnson@rjwgroup.com. Me, if you want, but he gets mad when I get involved in sales, which I don't.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, it's Matt. A couple of other questions came through on chat. And by the way, your presentation was under 30 minutes, and we'll take questions as long as we want to take them.
Okay.
The question that says, does RJW help with compliance charges? Is there a protection for when there are related penalties?
Well, let's talk. So, there are certain things with certain audiences that I'm not comfortable with talking with that many people. I appreciate the question, and please reach out and we can go into detail with that.
Okay, very good. The other question says, are shortages handled down to the carton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, we have some incredible technology that deals with shortages that we can walk you through. But we've basically automated that process for our customers.
All right, very good. Well, Kevin and the team, thank you so much. I don't see any other questions coming through. It's been a great session. If you've got any other questions, they've shared their contact information multiple times, but I appreciate everyone joining us for Fast Pitch, and look for future events. We'll be doing them on Fridays going forward. Hope everyone has a great weekend.
Thanks again, Matt. Appreciate it.